Hello ladies and gentlemen, SeKo Starcraft bringing you a pro replay between Root Puck in the top right versus Select bottom left. This is the Select as far as I am aware, pro level Select. I don't know if he's on a team at all right now. I think he was part of Dignitas, maybe Complexity or something like that, and then I believe he is a free agent at the moment. Regardless, I don't even know what the hell map this is. This might actually be just kind of them chilling out. I know this is a pretty long game on a kind of a funky map. What's that? You kick Jimerson fuck? What's that, son? Anyways, I am interested to see. I was mad because I got last game. Disconnected, yeah? No. Oh, WTF. I'd like to talk more, but obviously as these guys are chatting, it's kind of hard to. And pulled some shit. What? Say what? This is really funny. Fuck you, son. The fuck gonna do something? This is pretty funny, actually. I don't know if these guys are really good friends. But I like this middle of the map play. If he does go for a cross scout, he's just gonna run right into it. In fact, I think you can't not run into it if you go around the bottom. Maybe these guys aren't happy with each other. It's hard to say. Ooh, crab. It is a crab, too. Proxy Reaper. Oh, he's got the cool... I haven't got these yet. I haven't played enough Terran. That should give you guys an indication how much actual StarCraft I play. Because I don't even have all the skins and stuff yet for my buildings from all the achievements. Nobody there. Reaper's about done. He's going to go to the top. At least we didn't have an expansion first out of either of these players. And this map is a massive map. It's pretty surprising for me. Back at home, nothing too out of the ordinary happening for either player. But the first Reaper is on the way. Second one is on the way. I'm enjoying myself a kokanee beer. I know I drink kokanee a lot because it's cost effective and tasty. If you have not appreciated the pleasures of the kokanee beer. God, I started playing a little bit of protoss lately, and this annoys the absolute hell out of me. I am so bad at dealing with Reapers. Select, you are godly with your micro. They're like, what can you do as a protoss? Until your stalker gets out, which he's chrono boosting. Well, I don't know what the SCV's doing there. What the? That's some bad micro by root. Both might get away. Oh no. These guys must know this map. I sure as hell don't. Another worker goes down. What are we at now? Is that 5? 6. Very well played. Still making more Reapers too. Another Stalker's about to finish up. Oh, does he get it? Man, Select is on the ball. 3 Reapers. Looks like that's going to be his magic number. 2 Stalkers above. The third one's just about finished. He does have the pylon here to scout. Looks like there's too much here to deal with, so he's just going to back out those Reapers. I mean, there's always the option later to use them for something, but as the game goes on, Reapers are pretty ineffective. I'm watching MVP versus Young right now on the World Cyber World Championship Series. It is pretty tits. These guys are... Speaking of really great players. There's barracks on the way home. Expansion is down. Look at the units tab. They're pretty much even. That's the kind of interesting play you do as a Terran. If you're going up against a Protoss player and you're going to go for an early rush, you have to do lots of damage, otherwise you keep getting further behind because of the chrono boost. Speed it up a little bit here. Nobody's doing anything right now. He does have the watchtowers. Sees the mothership core go by. More barracks. More Barack Obamas. Factory. Does see the expansion move over. Obviously keeps that guy alive. Ooh. Almost sneaky. Gotta be careful with that mothership core. It is made out of cardboard. Say they managed to get 2 probes. With 3, you can 2-shot. Ooh. Well, that's a little unfortunate. Speed it up a bit again. This is an interesting map. I am actually kind of enjoying said map. Maybe this is a custom one. Ooh, great pickup by Select. I am nowhere near the caliber to be able to pick out observers. I just guess and sometimes guess right. Looks like a small move out. Stim pack is finished. By the time it gets down there, +1 armor will be finished as well. So you'll have 1-1 and well, no stims. Stims should help out pretty good against this 0-0 army. I know I'm skipping all over the place. This is a long ass game, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me on this. With the ooh, this isn't gonna work out. Does pick up and run away. Doesn't really want to deal with that. Everybody's supply is about even. Still lots of bio coming out. Medivacs, upgrades. Protoss players gonna have 1-1 finished up here pretty quick as well, and moving up to fast third. That's what's kind of interesting about this map. I mean, there's the rocks here that get into your natural, but it's essentially, if you can take one base, you can take both. The Terran player has not yet considered doing the same. Probably not far away, though. A little surprised that with the forges down, we don't see maybe 1 cannon or something in the back just to deal with drops. But we haven't seen much for drops come out from the Terran player yet, just the Reapers. Just keeping out the map pressure. I like this. Keeping the Protoss player back in his base. He's going to have to wait for his Colossus to get out and some of his upgrades. 2-2 is on the way. Just a little bit behind Select. Looks like Select's a little bit crisper in his build. Just slightly though. Gonna knock down these rocks. I mean, it's not too big of a deal. But if you've got army on the map, you might as well use it for something. Does scan, grabs the edge of that army, so he should know it's there. Oh, is he gonna push? That's surprising. What the hell is Puck looking at? Well, he did pick off the mothership core, but I don't know if that was... Oh, that's what he is doing. Great micro out of Select. Super good. Loses very little. What's he up to for worker kills now? 20 worker kills. Picking up pylons on the map. Might as well while you're going around. He's got map control completely in his pocket. Looks like Templar Archives on the way. Wants to get out some storms and some feedbacks. The observer that was over here either got sniped or has run away. The drop still back here? No, it's not. Do really like the position of Select. He's getting himself a pretty good lead. More command centers, because why not? There's the drop again. He is going to need that feedback or blink to be able to deal with this. Interesting micro from Select. If you notice, he runs around 2 Marines to be able to deflect any charge lots and pull them back into the fire of the rest of the units. Just small little things to keep them getting further and further ahead. Look at the income for these guys right now. Select's got a pretty good lead. Looks like a little bit more gas for the Protoss player and a few more workers, but I wouldn't expect to see too many more workers coming out for Select. At some point, I mean, he's going to have to be up. Maybe he is going to push for a lot higher. I think it would be at enough now to start pushing for army. He's making enough money, I think, to be able to get out what he wants. 3-3 on the way. I'm interested to see at what point he stops making workers. Protoss player appears to be fine. No, he's even making more workers. Ugh. I thought I knew what was going on. Marine runs away. It's hilarious. So they're going to speed it up here just a little bit again as people... No, I see armies moving. Armies moving. That's not a huge army for the Protoss player, but I believe he's got Storm ready. Only one Colossus in this army though. It gets sniped down really fast. Look at this spread. Look at this spread from the Terran player here. That is unbelievable. Storms are going to be much less effective going after that army. Now, unfortunately, the Terran's going to group up a bit more as he runs towards the Protoss player. There's no more Colossus on the field right now. Ooh, big storm. Wants to get those Templars. A couple of force fields weren't that good. Vikings are going to land because they've got nothing else to do right now. This is a pretty good pressure coming out right now. Does he have a storm ready? He's got one storm. Oh, that was a money storm though. That was really, really good. These charge lots with 2-2 getting up on the Protoss, sorry, up on the Terran are really, really effective. Pick up your army. Looks like Select's okay to just trade as much as he can right now. And he does get out of there, but the next round is not far away. Looks like Select's interested in keeping the pressure on. He's got his 4th base on the go. No storms yet available for Puck. Nice to be back. You might as well make use of those units. More units on the way. Looks like he is going to fall back though at this point. He's got his expansion up. Oh, there's the cannons I was talking about. Almost mined out in this base. This base is doing pretty good. Not even halfway mined up. I don't know, that was shooting at for a second there. Looks like this 4th base is on the way. Select does not know about this. No, it does not. Look at the production facilities here. It's a pretty happy amount of production facilities. Puck isn't even maxed out on his supply availability yet. It's a little surprising. He'll be there in 2 seconds. Ghost Academy is down. Still producing out the Vikings though. And are there any Colossus on? Oh, he's making one. There's one Colossus on the field. Another one, I think one just finished up. So that's a lot of Vikings put into something that might not pay off. Feedbacking the Ghost is important, but that still takes away the storm that the Ghosts are there to decline anyways. Looks like a little bit too much of an army. That Colossus in the back would do too much damage without the Viking support. Select is now maxed. Mega maxed Lotto Millions. Air weapons, cloak, 4 Vikings at a time. 2 Colossus at a time too. I'm actually quite surprised to see all the Colossus coming out. 4th base is up and starting to mine. See if this is the right position here for Select. Puck is trying to keep defense over his new base. The Vikings are probably going to get killed off, but they're driving back their Colossus right now. Nope, they actually did get the Colossus down before they fall. 2 more Colossus are going to be coming up from behind here in a moment. There's a lot of charge lots that are well upgraded right on top of the Bio Army though. Select is moving a lot of units in this battle. The double Colossus from the other side here are just cutting through Select. He has to back out of there pretty fast. Lots of production for the Terran player, but I think he needs to cut workers to build up a bigger army. 77 workers. Once he gets up all of his command centers and has all of the mules, I would think it'd be in his interest to start sacrificing a few of the workers. Puck actually takes a supply lead for probably the first time in a long time in this game. That last engagement with him worked out really well. I think it's the Colossus that really tipped it though, otherwise it probably would have came out much more even. There's been no pressure on the Terran player this entire game. It's all been Select being the aggressor up to this point. His units are all maxed out. Protoss player is even getting more of a shield upgrades. Is that observer speed? I think that is. Blink. More observers, more cannons, just to be able to deflect from any type of drop action that may happen. You can lose so much so quickly to a drop, it's worthwhile when you're at this level of the game, just to put down a couple of cannons. It doesn't cost you too much. Looks like Puck's just content to sit back. Same thing with the Terran player. Looks like he's ready to start thinking about the next expansion. Speeding it up, just because it doesn't look like anybody really wants to do too much. After that engagement, Select's a little bit more gun shy about this map. I actually think it'd be really fun for him to maybe get down, that's a lot of mules, maybe get himself down some nukes. Terran building armor, why not? There really isn't any bank yet for either of these players though. Now the banks, now that the max, the bank is going to start building up pretty fast. Looks like there's an attack on one side. Hey, it got deflected by planetary. Protoss is now moving out. Looks like he wants to deny that 5th base. The Terran does see this. There's the ICV train. The SCVs will die super quickly to this attack. Ooh. Triple drop in the back. This is when the Protoss should probably move in, because he knows a large portion of the Terran army is now not in this fight. The good thing is the planetary is here to be able to deal with a little bit of assistance. A lot of Vikings here. Great storms. The Vikings are starting to bunch up a bit more. The Terran army's trying to get himself into a choke. This is chaos. Vikings getting a lot of damage in. They didn't get all the Colossus. You see, Select came out of that one a lot better. His drop is still back here doing damage. Does he know the DTs are here? Looks like he used up all of his scan. There is a scan. Killing all of the Protoss infrastructure. That's a good pick off right there. Dark Shrine is cheaper now with Heart of the Swarm, but still always worthwhile to take out. Cybernetic score. It'd been nice to maybe pick off the Twilight or maybe even the Templar Archives. This drop did so much damage for Select. Looks like he does manage to escape with most of the units as well. Turned out much better for Select in all those engagements. So both players have a pretty big bank right now. Don't believe the Terran player knows about this base at all. No, he doesn't. More command centers going down. He already sacrificed a bunch of workers. Now has the ghosts. Big worker transfer. Select is maxed out again, so I'm interested to see what he wants to do. Looks like he wanted to repair up all of his Vikings before the next engagement. Still producing 2 Colossus at a time. Vikings do obviously cut through the Colossus really fast, but if you just have overwhelming numbers of Colossus, sometimes you can just go through that. Clearing up pylons. Might as well, that saves you. Does have the one missile turret down here to deal with DTs. There's a drop. Doesn't look like the Protoss saw that go by. Now he does. Those Marines are gonna die because Select doesn't like them. Oh, he does manage to grab the last end of that medivac. 4 observers in your army. It's important to have the observers because if you don't and the ghosts all cloak, they can actually cut through a lot of your units really quickly. About double the bank going on right now for select, but they are both maxed out once again. All the upgrades are even. Looks like another drop happened up here at the top. Charged zealots are cutting through it pretty good. Going for mass expanding, why not? I just love how pro players know exactly where the other person's armies are and just can scan right on top of it. More command centers, more Vikings. No, there's the nuke. We've been waiting for the nuke. Oh my god, it is TLO versus Stefano right now. And this, I'm gonna go and have to have a drink and a smoke and watch that. I smoke cigars, I don't smoke. It's almost the weekend. I can be allowed to have myself a little bit of indulgence. Lots of Vikings out right now. Only has the attack upgrade. He's not really interested in them tanking too much. Thought there was going to be action there for a moment. Guess it wasn't favorable for the protoss. I'm kind of interested in the position. Well, that's an interesting nuke. Oh, almost. Looks like that one zealot got a little singed. Like Puck's a little surprised by that. Looks like Terran armor for mechanical units is on the way finally. Puck wants to do a little bit of dancing right now, try to pick off a few units and bounce away. There's nothing that a Terran really has to deal with this. The blink will allow him to get out of there really fast. The problem with what the Protoss is about to do is if he gets surrounded, his army will get completely cut off. Killed a lot of Vikings there though. That's actually really bad if he does want to go after this army. Interesting. Command center's out there just doodling. Select is playing. Oh, that's why, because he went for another massive drop on this side. Once again, he's left with a smaller army than his opponent at home. Great. EMPs on everything, though. Just about everything lost their shields. Good storm. Most of the shields are gone on a lot of these units, though. Double drop is starting to cut into everything. Looks like he's just going to go elsewhere. Puck is maxed out again, so he can't warp in much for units. Both these guys have huge banks. That's a lot of SCVs to lose, though. Lots of probes get traded as well. These SCVs could probably run away, but they decide that's not as important. It would be really interesting to intercept this army right now, though. Well, the zealots are not as part of it. A lot of zealot run. Oh, there were DTs in there as well. Well, that's harder to deal with. Manor command center. Big damage economically from these drops. Bit of a choke, but there are DTs in here. Will he be able to take them out? Whoa. Lots of zealots just showed up to the party. Select even remember that? Looks like he was worried about fighting this army over here right now. This guy is still full of units, so it'll be worthwhile to keep it alive. These gateways haven't even transformed yet, but this base is going. Mule away. I don't know who's in a better position at this point. I like Select's play a lot more to date. Crazy, crazy good micro out of Select once again. He will pick up. I don't know with the blink. Will he get it? Nope. Just about. Loses the DTs in that. Ooh, unfortunate for Puck. Puck is now maxed out though. Select is not. I don't know if he doesn't have the production he needs to feed the army that he needs. How many starports does he have? Just, oh, he's got 3. Protoss doesn't want to get cut in half. He's got to be careful about how he's managing his army. I'm not too sure what the decisive point of this game will be. It would have to be a pretty bad trade of some sort. One Colossus gets sniped easy. A couple of storms don't do anything worthwhile. Command center does go down, but now the Protoss army is technically trapped. Yeah, pull back. Ooh. Oh, this is a big fight. Oh, that planetary fortress, though, is pretty important. Only 2 Colossus survive. Big warp in of charge lots. That's a lot of charge lots. Man, some Hellbats would just kick ass in this composition. Most of the bank is now gone for both of these players with that, but the thing is, the Protoss player is actually making money, whereas the Terran player is not. Oh, is he going base tradie? I don't know. The good thing is neither of them have any money, but the Terran player's got to do something cool here if he's going to go base tradie. And he's got to make a quick decision. DT warp in. A little indecision out of the Protoss player here. Might cost him. Looks like he wants to go back home to defend. There's enough medivacs here that he can evacuate most of this army. He sees the army coming. He sees it's mostly the zealots in the front, though. Ooh, good sandwich out of the Protoss player. One medivac decides it's too fat to allow anybody else into it. Select does save most of his army and kills off most of the Protoss economy. Terran is not making any money right now, though. Protoss is long distance mining, so he's making some money. Terran will have to win here pretty decisively, I feel. Nobody's making anything. Nobody can afford anything right now. Problem is, I think that the Protoss player has a better army than the Terran player does. Two Vikings go down cheap. So no, I think it's going to be the Protoss player. Lots of ghosts in this composition, but there's lots of observers. Needs a storm in this somewhere. I don't know if there's any high templars in this composition, though. This is a better position for the Protoss to attack in. These charge lots will get a lot of surface area, but that's a pretty big ball of Terran stuff. How many of these are... That's a lot of SUVs in here, though. Trying to split up. He's hoping the Protoss player comes into him. That's a lot of... Ooh, didn't get all of his EMPs. This is really tense. Oop, missed a couple more. Did get that one Archon though. 10 hit points. That'd been a nice snipe. Still some long distance mining happening out of Puck, but he is not saving up for Nexus. He's only been buying more units. More observers with this actually. It's interesting with the money that Select has. Okay, I think that was probably better for Select. Those storms would have been a big deal. Big fight time. These Archons are being really beastly. Oh, Select just might have it. Oh man, look at the supply for these guys. Yes, Marines. It's all the world needs. More Marines. Oh, looks like one little handful of Marines up here. I think Puck's finished. Building 3 zealots somewhere though. Well, he's gonna push after it here. Go team! That was a very interesting game. At least I found it interesting. Long as all hell. But just the decision making, the micro, those huge engagements. I actually was not sure that Select would have pulled that out. Hope you guys enjoyed that. SeKo Starcraft. We'll talk to you later.